Yo guys, Booma here, back with another Rocket League tutorial. Today's video is going to be on the Musty flick. It's a pretty simple flick, but before we get into that, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder that I am a daily streamer over on Twitch. If you guys want to talk to me or ask me questions in real time, feel free to stop on by. But without further ado, let's get into the steps of this flick. Let's go! Alright, we're going to get into step 1 of this mechanic, and that is to big jump with the ball on top of the windshield of your car. Big jump or small jump. It really depends on what your preference is. But you can do this flick either way. You can do it with a big jump, or you can do it with a smaller jump. So it's really preference to you guys. Alright, let's go to step 2. Okay, so step 2 is once you get the jumping part down is the tilt back. So ideally, the reason why I say you should practice first with a big jump is because this kind of gives you a little separation between you and the ball. So when you actually perform the tilt back mechanic, it makes getting the scoop part of the flick a lot easier, right, as you guys can see there. And all I'm doing is you can look at the controller underneath, and I am just tilting the car back after. So if I do it without the flick, this is what it looks like. So this is step 2. And you guys can see the proper timing for when I'm actually boosting here, right? During the actual tilt back part, I either feather my boost or I don't boost at all. So this is something you guys can definitely experiment with as you practice this flick more and more. But yeah, let's get to step 3. And step 3 is the actual flick part. So there's 2 ways you guys can do this. You can cancel like that. You can actually cancel the follow-through movement, and you can get a lot of elevation on this. And it's also one of the ways you can get a 2-touch Musty flick, which I feel like is a little more common when you're using the Fennec. I feel like it's not as common using the Octane, but it's definitely doable for sure. So that's what it looks like canceled. If you completely just let go of the stick after the flip, sometimes it can be a little wonky depending on your technique. Obviously there is me just letting go of the stick completely. So you can see I prefer canceling just because you have a little bit more accuracy of, keeping the flick down, especially in a closer range situation in a ones game. You have a lot more options of where you can actually aim this, right? So I'm scooping it into the top of the net, and I'm making sure that it doesn't go up and over. And you can see I canceled the flip a little bit there. But yeah, those are the 3 simple steps to the Musty flick, and I'm going to just show you guys some examples. Okay, so since I know someone's most likely going to ask, how does this work in the air? It genuinely works the exact same way. You're just tilting back a little more sometimes. It really depends on how you come off of the ball, right? But this is the same type of shot. I'm applying the same concept of the flick. Besides, I cancel just a little bit more here. So you can see that I shoot it to make sure it doesn't go over the bar. And it's nicely placed off the top of the bar and in the net. And you can see from the opponent's perspective, something like this is very difficult to react to, right? That's why it's such a dangerous flick to know how to do. So here's another example. This is me using it in a scarab. And you can see that I actually don't big jump here. I'm kind of using a smaller, shorter jump, right? I'm still holding my jump button for a little bit longer than usual. But you can see that the actual cancel part is what generates the power here. And you end up getting a 2-touch, and that's kind of what accelerates the ball off of the front of the car, right? Very beautiful shot. And then final example here is just an elevated one. So another 2-touch off of the Fennec. And what I mean by 2-touch is if you guys pay attention to how the ball actually comes off of the car right here. Obviously you have the initial contact and then the cancel part of the flick. And that's what generates the power. It's almost like a toss, almost like you're throwing the ball. You can see from your opponent's perspective, if they don't challenge something like this early, it's going to be a lot harder to have a reaction to saving this. I mean, Bop reacted really well, but it's just too fast for him. But yeah, ladies and gents, This flick is not super complicated, but that's going to do it for the Musty tutorial. There are 3 simple steps: practice, 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 and I promise you guys will not regret learning this mechanic. It's still one of my favorite ways to score in the game, and I think it's dangerous on the ground or in the air. But yeah, if this video helped you guys, please leave a like, share, and subscribe. Join the Discord to stay up to date with when I post or go live, and I will see you guys in the next one or on stream. Much love as always. Appreciate you all, and peace.